Let's say you're dealing with caffeine withdrawals, or simply just brain fog, or maybe it's work pressure that you have to deal with, or maybe it's family demands that are vying for your attention, or perhaps it's hunger that is getting the best of you. Regardless of what the specifics are that you're having to deal with, the real question though is, how do you stay inspired and get motivated? So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some tips and tools to help you get a brain with a breeze. So the first step though,
I said empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
So the real question though is, how do you get an empty mind like water? In order to do that right, we need to essentially take a page out of this guy's book. This book is Getting Things Done by David Allen. Now this gentleman, his book is actually something that has been a life changer for me personally, but the key concept that I want us to take away from this book specifically is something called the runway. So the runway is an analogy for all the incomplete things that are vying for attention in our life. So a couple of the things that you may want to consider. Among the things that you may want to consider though is a way for you to capture all of those things that are in your mind vying for your attention. There's a number of ways to do that, right? Actually, there's two really good ways to do that. Method number one is that you want to put yourself in a situation that triggers these things to kind of come forth. One of those things that helps is to step away from your regular activities, and for me, the place that I would step away into is my vehicle. Now, my vehicle is away from all of the distractions of life, all of the things that are typically, because right now, like, nothing has my attention except, you right now. And when you're driving, you're away from things. And that's why when you're cruising, it's a great way for you to kind of clear your mind and remove any and all distractions. Now, it's not the only way. And in fact, I encourage you to apply more than one way. And the second way is a structured approach. But before you even consider the structured approach, what I want you to be aware of, especially when you're in a situation like you're driving or you're on the move, because those are kind of situations where I'm out of my daily routine, thoughts are going to come to me. I want to be able to record those thoughts, all of those incomplete things, all of these things that are vying for my attention that I might not have thought of when I was deliberately trying to make a note of the things that I need to do or capture. One of the things that really helps is when you get yourself a app like voice recorder, right? You basically turn this on and you essentially talk into your phone. And then once you've done your recording, you can go into an app called Otter, right? Otter is essentially a transcription application that you can send that recording straight into Otter, and then it will transcribe that content straight up for you. So this way you don't have to go back and listen to it front to back. You can skip, you can see where the text is at. But now let's talk about the structured approach. Now the structured approach is pretty straightforward and simple, right? What you want to do is get yourself any kind of writing utensil, marker, pen, pencil, paper. And what you want to do is you want to find your areas of responsibility, and the way that you can do that, you can start by doing a mind map, right? Just basically draw yourself a circle, right? Cut that circle up into 4 parts, right? Those 4 parts has to do with your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your spirituality, right? In terms of your connection with, a greater purpose in life. But if you want to split that up even further, and these are your basic areas of responsibility, right? In terms of your health, you could talk about fitness. You can talk about maybe martial arts if you're into that. You can talk about your nutrition, things that you need to do, groceries that you might need to get in terms of your wealth, debts that you might need to pay. Maybe there's bills that are vying for your attention that are unpaid. Maybe there's certain purchases that you want to make. When it comes to relationships, whether it's in regards to your home, right, and things that you have to take care of there. One of the things I include as part of relationships has to do with your vehicle, right? And because this basically allows you to connect with people, allows you to get around. The other thing that has to do with your relationships is, basically any kind of project that you might have in mind. It could be vacations, it could be family meetings, it could be dinners. Now keep in mind the direction in which things are coming at you. Either you're planning it or it's coming at you, right? That's all you got to figure out is which one is it. Even in the case of like debts, right? If you got credit card debt, right? That's something that's coming at you. But if there's certain investments that you want to make, that's something that you're planning. So you just got to make sure of, is it an incoming demand or is it outgoing aspiration, right? Same thing with your health, same thing with your spirituality in terms of worship, in terms of personal development, in terms of character development. What are the things that you need to work on? Also in the area of your wealth, it can also be your career, right? So it's a question of all of the areas of responsibility that you have, your four major macro areas: your wealth, your relationships, your health, and your spiritual development. From that, start branching out whatever it is that you feel like either things are coming at you or things that you want to do. Now, once that is clear, now the next thing for you to do is start organizing everything. Everything I've explained up until this point, it's a simple process, but it's not easy. And the reason I'm telling you this is because it'll take you at least a couple of days for you to take the time, both whether you're approaching it intuitively by stepping away from your daily grind, stepping away from putting out fires all the time, getting in your car, driving, going out walking, stand in the shower, step away from the things that are pulling at you, right? Or you're taking that structured approach where you draw out that mind map, your health, wealth, relationships, and spirituality, and within all of these things, what are the specific projects that you intend on doing, right? And it's actually from these projects that little tasks come about, right? This is the getting things done workflow process, right? But whether you're going from the runway up, which is just grabbing everything that's coming at you, or go up one more step, go to 10,000 feet, consider the projects, go up another 10,000 feet, and consider your areas of responsibility, your health, wealth, and wisdom, and relationships, and all the different projects that are derived from that. It'll take you a couple of days for you to jot everything down. And even, it doesn't matter whether you're going from areas of responsibility to projects to tasks, or from tasks to projects to areas of responsibility. You're going to want to organize things in the appropriate way. And once you've got all that stuff organized, it's going to take you a couple of days, guaranteed. I would say take the time and it might help you get caffeinated, step out, move, go walk, stand in the shower, or whatever. But take the time to actually jot all this stuff down. And once you've got it, that's when your mind is going to be cleared. It'll be like, whoa, I got all this stuff that I got to deal with. Then you can decide, okay, what am I not going to do? Then you can decide, what am I going to focus on for the next 3 months? Then you can decide, hey, what is my goal for the year specifically? Even if some things went to the wayside, as long as I accomplish this 1, 2, maybe 3 things, then it's going to be considered a success. And that will allow you to go on to what I call, or what I consider, strategic thinking. And this is what you need to keep in mind. We talked about quarterly rocks. You get into your 1-year focus. Then you can think about your 3-year picture. Imagine yourself, picture 3 years from now. What is it that you're looking to have accomplished? Kind of maybe on a goals level, but just kind of like on a visual level, what is it that you're looking to have? And that's going to lead you to a 10-year target or a 20-year vision. But all of this is to help you get clarity on one thing, and one thing only: That one thing is your calling, right? How do you get clear on what is your calling? Your calling is all about how you're going to fulfill your purpose in life. What is this thing? What is the action? What is the legacy that you want to leave as a means of fulfilling your purpose, right? And so what is the thing that you're going to stand on the day of judgment with? Be like, yo, this is what I did. This is what I stood for, right? And so, or even at the bare minimum, something that is just your passion that is going to drive your impact that you want to leave. But it's hard to get clarity on that. It's hard to get clarity on that, especially when you're busy putting out fires, right? Because when you're putting out fires, you're in survival mode. But once your fires are controlled, once you know how to deal with the incoming demands, and you're focused more on outgoing stuff, then you'll have better control over what it is that you're going to accomplish in the year. What is that leading to as a picture for yourself in the near future? What is your 10-year target, your 20-year vision, and ultimately the fulfillment of your personal true calling that's going to help you, have a full, passionate life. So I hope this was of value to you. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to interact with you. Leave a comment in the comments section below, and I'll see you soon. Yo, this whole time I'm having to deal with this bee. That bee, I let him out once already. That's the second time I'm letting him out, and he keeps coming in through the cracks of the garage. That's something I gotta figure out how to address before this studio is good to go. And I think what's interesting is as soon as I turn this light on, that the bee just, I guess, it just attracted to the light. But yeah, that's where we're at. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had some fun playing around with the transitions and stuff, and even more fun to hang out in this this space. What's interesting is that I guess in the morning, the sun is hitting the garage door hard. So as soon as I walk in over here, right, I can feel the heat radiating. And so, and the closer I walk towards the inside, it's actually significantly cooler. But yeah, that's something I got to figure out. I got to see what times of the day this garage is best suited for doing recordings and such. So that way it's bearable at worst case scenario, it's bearable, and I can be productive. But I'm starting to enjoy this space more and more, and hopefully we're gonna get some more work done in here. In the meantime, I'll see you soon.